Musalia Mudavadi just proposed a referendum be held alongside the 2027 general elections. I mean, we have not been able to fully implement the 2010 constitution. Why are we fixing something that has not been implemented fully? We are still struggling to implement it. And can we rule out the possibility that the question on scrapping off or altering the presidential term limits will be there? Because Musalia has given some reasons, such as fixing that constitution will enable full implementation of the NADCO report, ensure that we create a strong and real prime minister position, inclusivity, fix gender issues, anchor CDF. Do you think those are the main reasons why we want to have a full-blown referendum in Kenya? Because my mind tells me there's something deeper than that, and Musalia is just out here testing the waters.
I think this election we can also use as the first election where we can have some critical constitutional issues that have never been resolved. We can have a referendum going side by side.
Side by side?
Yes.
Is it manageable?
Oh yes, why not? If you can vote for 6 people on one ballot paper, I think we are now mature enough to include maybe 2 or 3 constitutional questions that can be dealt with, so that as Kenyans we move forward, because we don't want to have arguments constantly on some issues that we know Parliament may not want.
So like what are those key issues?
For instance, there was the NADCO report.
It's gone silent.
It's gone
silent. Not hearing much about it.
Some of the issues that were canvassed in the NADCO report, and there's now debate about why aren't we implementing the NADCO report? Why haven't you done this in the context of... Some of those issues require a constitutional amendment. I think this is the time.
Is the time.
If
you could highlight 1, 2 or 3.
For instance, the debate around how do you deal with the CDF.
CDF has been quite key.
It keeps going to the Supreme Court, goes to Parliament, and whatever. The Supreme Court and the courts have been ruling that it's unconstitutional.
Wow.
Maybe this is the time to figure out how to solve it.
Another issue?
In one way or the other.
Number 2?
Another issue that can be perhaps dealt with could be perhaps the structure of governance.
Meaning?
Because there were issues of inclusivity or lack of inclusivity. Perhaps when one wanted to talk about introducing in the NADCO report the issue of a prime minister, this could be a time to resolve it through the ballot.
Yeah,
so that you
because some of those structures come after election,
yes,
and it's negotiated over the table.
So that you can solve it.
Yeah, solve it once and for all.
Once and for all.
So,
and then
so that it's constitutional.
So that it's properly constitutional.
Yeah, to avoid the issues of people who are shortchanged.
Yes.
We wanted this. Okay.
I see that there's some 2 or 3 critical areas.
The third one?
The third one could be controversial, but perhaps we may now resolve the gender issue.
Which Parliament, again, it's been back and forth and not clear.
And not clear. That could be another area that...
and that's now like taking to the people.
Taking to because you want public participation.
Wow.
What would be the biggest public participation?
Wow.
That would defeat a referendum.
That would be big election, an election and a referendum.
It will be an election and a referendum on 2 or 3 critical constitutional issues. And I can tell you 2 things will happen. First, we'll solve issues that our Parliament has been unable to resolve. 2, we will get a higher voter turnout. And 3, we will be moving the country away from constant bickering on an issue to now moving to the next phase of implementing some of these critical issues.
Very interesting. An election and a referendum two in one, and that will have some huge budgetary implications and also organization. But as you said, it's doable, and maybe
the budgetary implications maybe after, but the budgetary implications at the vote will not change.
Okay. You are taking advantage of the existing.
Yes, because it's
adding on the paper.
Yes, it's one ballot. So you're not going to create. You see that's the folly. When people start arguing that way, then they complicate things.
So I'm wrong.
On this one,
thinking in terms of human capacity. But
no. Once Kenyans are very intelligent on that score. Once they are clear on a particular issue, if Kenyans can go to a booth and not even voter assisted,
yes,
and they make a decision on 6 candidates, what defeats them from answering 3 questions? And the referendum question would be either yes or no.
My people, hey, ati wanasema come 2027 we will have our 7th ballots for the referendum. Do you know what they want? They want the extension of the term limits. Ati ndo wabakie kwa power. Kwa sababu wameshajua mwananchi ameshakataa mambo yao. Ameshasema ni one term. Sisi tunasema hivi. Hii Kenya iko na watu wengi wenye wanaweza ongoza. Hata kama wataongoza namna gani, wewe tulikupea chance utuongoze, provide leadership, ulete pesa kwa mwananchi, ukashindwa. What do you want? Maliza na uende mazee. Hatutaki mambo yako. Na ni hivyo, people are fed up. Na ukiona umekataliwa, jambo la kufanya ni kufanya venye wananchi venye wanafanya, wanataka. Hivyo tu, na utakosana mwananchi. Lakini hii greed ndio inakufanya wakuchukia zaidi. Ni hayo tu.
So I guess we're having a constitutional referendum in 2027. Capital FM's interview with our Prime Cabinet Secretary just popped up on my FYP, and they're talking about running a parallel general election in 2027 together with a referendum hand in hand, where you're going to choose for your leaders, as well as now you're going to make or you're going to agree to implement these constitutional changes. And guess what features are going to feature in that referendum? Because you know that you're not going to choose specific things in those in that referendum. There's going to be a list, and you're going to agree to it or not. Now I want you to reason. Do you think you're going now? Think with me, and you can comment whatever information you think is going to appear in the referendum. But they are gonna allegedly, all this is alleged, but allegedly, let me tell you, they're gonna try and slot in the term limits. Hapo chini tu, hapo mwisho. Why do you think they're talking about 20 years? Why do you think they're talking about 20 years being in government? They're talking about the NADCO report. The NADCO report also includes establishing permanent state offices that were not there. That is including the office of the Prime Minister, office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, all that. That is more taxpayers' money going into just government. Your hard-earned money and hard-taxed money is going to paying prominent people in government hundreds of thousands of Kenyan shillings while you're struggling. Your businesses are closing. You're having less money in your pocket from your salary, and yet they're creating more state offices to pay more prominent politicians and to award them with seats. Think about that. There's a referendum coming in 2027.
Now, the William Ruto you know now will not be the William Ruto in 2028. Right now, you know a very gentle guy who's trying to be nice to everybody, launching projects all over the place, borrowing money, trying to complete projects because he wants to make you happy. Piga your kura 2027. Utamujua 2028. That's when you will know the real, actual William Ruto. Na siku William Ruto ataleta referendum ya extend presidential term limit, na warigi hiyo referendum ipitishwe, msiseme sikuwaambia. Mumelalia masikio sana. Mumelalia masikio sana. Kila siku ninawalilia, tafadhali ndugu zangu. Stop being partyless and leaderless. You will remain jobless. Hamsikii. Kahneman amelipa na Kasongo. Ulinunuliwa. Sawa? Nilinunuliwa ni kupea good advice. Nilinunuliwa ni kufanyia civic education. Nilinunuliwa ni kufungue akili. Common sense.